Good morning, I'm Jeff Beery, Program Director here at KRCC, and today I'm talking with Will Romero, Executive Director of the local chapter of ARC.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
correct?
Yes,
I got
sir.
it?
Yeah.
Now, Will, I know the ARC as this place where I bring my pickup, I take it there, and I unload at the dock items that I'm donating, getting rid of. But it's more than that, isn't it? It's a lot more than that.
It really is. The ARC thrift stores are the main funding source for the ARC chapters. Uh, Approximately 95% of our funding comes from the donations and the sales of those items at the thrift store. So the ARC chapters are actually the purpose behind the shopping.
So explain the chapters. This is a local chapter that you represent, and that serves 3 counties, is that right?
Yes, El Paso, Park, and Teller County.
Okay, great. Now you are part of the Indie Give campaign for this fiscal year, and my understanding also is that the ARC provides a lot of assistance to developmentally disabled.
Yes.
What type of assistance do you offer?
Well, the mission of the ARC is to ensure the rights, responsibility, and participation of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And we do that through advocacy, guardianship, education, and social opportunities. 3 of our really big areas are the areas of advocacy, guardianship, and education. In the realms of advocacy, we provide advocacy to parents and children in the school system just to make sure that child is given every opportunity for a high quality education, and that parents have somebody who is familiar with the laws around IDEA and what is supposed to be applied for a student with a disability.
The Indie Give campaign also asks that organizations develop some of their own public awareness. What's the ARC doing to create public awareness before year's end for this campaign?
You know, the Indie Give has really given us an opportunity to bring public awareness to the services that are provided by the ARC of the Pikes Peak region. We have partnered with other nonprofits here in the community that are also part of the Indie Give, and we had a takeover of Tony's last month, right before the Thanksgiving holiday. We had a great turnout. We had public defenders there. We had people from the disability world there. We had just general regular community folks. So it was a really good turnout for us.
Takeover of Tony's?
Yeah.
What? So this is Tony's Bar that we're talking
Tony's
about?
Bar right down
that sounds
this
like
town,
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Do you have any other events, any other activities that are part of the Indie Give campaign that you want to talk about?
Yeah, you know, as part of our public awareness, this past 2 years, the ARC has taken on the project of creating a calendar for the year. And in our calendar, we represent individuals with disabilities who are our models. And all of the clothing is from our ARC thrift stores and the props that go hand in hand with it. This year, our theme was iconic persons of the past. So we have 13 individuals with disabilities who have posed as models of those persons, and they did a great job. It's a beautiful calendar. It really explains the relationship between the ARC thrift store and the ARC chapter and how donations make it possible for us to do our work. And we sell it at a very reasonable price of a whopping $5. To see it would really knock you out, and you'd be surprised at the beauty of disabilities in itself.
So this is the calendars are available at the stores. Do you have an online site, a website that we can steer people to?
You sure can. We actually have them for sale at all of our stores here in Colorado Springs and in Pueblo. If you're interested in wanting to look at the pictures, they are available on our website at www.thearcppr.org. You can order your calendars there, or you can even come into the office to pick them up. But They're beautiful, and I guarantee you won't be sad with your purchase.
And some local history involved there, too.
A lot of local history.
That's
here.
great.
Yes, sir.
All right. One of the factoids that I was reading about in regards to the ARC is that 11% of students in the Pikes Peak region are diagnosed with some sort of disability.
Yeah.
That's a huge. I was blown away when I heard that 11% of these students have some big challenges to overcome, and there's the ARC again. Is that right?
That is correct. I look at it when say the 11% in numbers. When you bring that to just strict numbers itself, we're looking at over 17,000 kids in El Paso County, and that number is probably low, that are receiving some kind of special education services, whether it be through an IEP or through a 504 plan, which is more around health issues.
Wow.
The beautiful thing about our program and why we encourage the donations and so forth through the thrift stores is that all of our services are done at no cost to the community. So no matter what your background is, stepping into an IEP meeting, not understanding the languages that is spoken during those processes is pretty intimidating for parents. So we send an advocate there with them who is familiar with the IDA and the other school regulations that help make sure again that the children are receiving the services that they deserve.
The ARC has a challenge grant. It's a pretty good challenge grant that I noticed you guys have amassed.
Yeah, we had generated $6,000 as part of our matching grant through our board of directors, Murphy Construction and Cascade Investment, and very proud to say that at this time we have met the grant amount, and we're continuing to get donations.
That's
and
great.
Hopefully more will come in, understanding the causes that we try to address.
That is great. Can I get an ugly Christmas sweater at the ARC, you think?
You sure can, and we'll even donate one. If you don't find one in the store, we'll bring you one from somewhere.
All right, that's a deal. Will Romero, thanks so much for coming in, the executive director of the ARC here in the Pikes Peak region, serving El Paso, Teller, and Park counties, part of the Indie Give campaign this year. And again, I suspect that there are Indie Give guides available at the stores.
Yes, there are.
In Colorado Springs. You can also look at the nonprofits that are participating in this year's campaign online at indiegive.com. Will, thanks for coming in.
Jeff, thank you for having me.